check this man's credit and see if he's good.
I was just wondering, what would you consider to be the worst investment you've ever made?
The worst investment I ever made? How long do you have?
How much money, as you guys being both billionaires, do you guys carry in your wallet at any given time?
How much we got in our wallet? Well, I can answer that.
I'll take the whole place. Let's just get it all.
What's going on, guys? Today I have another video with Warren Buffett. So now on my last video with Warren Buffett, I told you guys if you guys give me 100 likes, I would do a part 2 video of Warren Buffett, and in this video I'll be featuring Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Now this is a very fun video. We're going to get to know them a little. We're also going to be watching a Q&A, and of course we'll be digging into the minds of these billionaires. So once again, before we get this video started, don't forget to give me a like, and if we get this video to 100 likes, I'm going to do another part 3 video of Warren Buffett. Or also let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see more Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or just Warren Buffett. Either way, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell.
Boy, this is my kind of place. I think it's a lot of fun when you can have a product like a See's candy or Coca-Cola, whatever. You really love the product itself. I just like to eat, and especially candy. This is unbelievable.
I claim to be pretty good at pinball.
I bought a machine for $25 in 1946. Built a small empire out of it. It was the best business I was ever in. I peaked very early in my business career. It's been all downhill ever since.
So this article is the start of the personal computing industry. This really cheap kit computer appeared on the cover of this magazine, and we saw it in December '74, and then Paul was saying, okay, you've got to drop out, we've got to start Microsoft, this is going to happen without us. And in fact, this company who made this, they became our first customer.
That is something that I'd heard the story, but I'd never seen the magazine before, and frankly, if I read it, I wouldn't have known what to do with it. I'll take the whole place. Let's just get it all.
When your mother first said, I'd like you to come and have dinner with me and Warren Buffett will be here, you should meet him, you didn't seem that interested. Why was that?
Well, Warren, I thought of as somebody who bought and sold securities, which is a very zero-sum thing. That's not curing disease or a cool piece of software. And the idea of, kind of looking at volume curves, and it doesn't invent anything. And so I thought my way of looking at the world, what I wanted to figure out and do, and what he looked at, that there wouldn't be much intersection. And that's why it was so shocking when I met him. He was the first person to really ask me about software and software pricing, and why wasn't IBM, with all of their strength, able to overwhelm Microsoft, and what was going to happen in terms of how software would change the world. And he let me ask him about, okay, well, why do you invest in certain industries, and why are some banks more profitable than others? And he was clearly a broad systems thinker, and so it started a conversation that has been fun and enriching, and an incredible friendship that was completely unexpected.
I should mention that I am the only college grad up here.
Yeah, I'll be taking my Harvard shirt off pretty soon, because I didn't complete the whole course, so I didn't think I should leave it on the whole time.
Well, they don't allow you to wear it more than half the day, as I understand it, actually.
Could you tell us a little bit about your typical workday and how you manage your time to allow for playing Halo 2 and that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't get to play much Halo 2. I have to say, when I play with my colleagues at work, I get slaughtered so fast, it's unbelievable when I'm on Xbox Live. Project Gotham Racing, I'm a little better at. It's nice to have a job where gaming is a serious pursuit, and we get to think about that and talk about that. And playing around with the latest technology, whether it's new PCs, looking at new software, sitting down with researchers. It's why I think my job is the best. Warren thinks his is the best, but I'm sure I'm right. Anyway, I'm in meetings a lot. My calendar gets very full with those, and then at night after the kids have gone to bed, I'm on email a great deal. I get messages during the day. That's my chance to give long responses. And then over the weekend, I send a lot of mail as well. I take 2 weeks a year to just go off and read and think, where I'm not interrupted by work or anything else. I'm just solidly trying to think about the future, and people get to send me things to read as part of that so-called Think Week. So it's a nice mix of things. About 25% of the time then I'm out traveling around, meeting with customers, Europe, Asia, and that sort of helps me think, okay, do we have the right priorities? What are people responding well to, and what would they like to see us do better?
I'm on Think Week about 50 weeks a year. I work about 2. And you'd be surprised at my days. I mean, they're very unstructured, no meetings, none. I mean, I don't like meetings. And I read a lot. I wish I were a faster reader. I'd get more done, but I do read a lot, and I'm on the phone a moderate amount. Our businesses run themselves basically out there. My job is allocating capital, and that's what I'm thinking about. But I don't like to have things all packed hour to hour to hour. And Bill and I are both extraordinarily lucky. I mean, we really get to do what we like to do, the way we want to do it, with people that we choose to be around, and they're terrific. I mean, we've really got everything our way, and we're very fortunate. And in his world, he has a different kind of pace than I have, but we both love it the way we do it. And my guess is that we're each the most productive in that particular mode too, because it fits our personalities and aptitudes.
This is for Mr. Gates. Since you joined the board at Berkshire Hathaway, have you considered possibly taking over for Mr. Buffett when he retires?
I'm going to take notes on this one if you don't mind.
Yeah, this being on the Berkshire board is a real honor for me, and I just joined the board last December. I have to say it's not very remunerative. I couldn't even make the flight out here on my Berkshire director's fee.
I didn't hear that part.
But Berkshire's been organized in a very unique way, and of course very different from my business experience, which is all really related to software and what goes on there. So I'm looking forward to being a good advisor, making sure that Berkshire's grooming people for whatever succession eventually has to take place. But it won't be me. Berkshire's got a lot of great people, and they understand the unique system there, and will step up to it.
We pay our board, our directors, $900 a year, and I really would like to pay them more, but Bill's so far ahead of me on that Forbes list already. I don't want to give him any ammunition. And seriously, we're very, very lucky. I mean, there are people that would pay anything to have Bill on their board, and it's a real act of friendship that he has come on the Berkshire board. It takes a lot of time. If the rewards are there, they're only psychic, but to have him there, with the small difference in our ages, makes me feel very good. I'm the older, actually. I just explained it. It makes me feel very good to know that I've got people of both of the quality and the experience and everything else to make that decision when I'm not there the next morning. So I'm very grateful.
Hi, my name is Pamela Bracey. I'm a senior marketing major here at the university. And if you guys decided to drop a $100 bill, would you bother going back to pick it up, or would you let a lowly college student like myself go get it?
If he drops 10 cents on the floor as he walks out and he doesn't pick it up, I'll pick it up.
And I was just wondering, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given, and how has it impacted your personal or professional lives?
What did I tell you that impressed you the most?
Actually, I can answer that. When first I met Warren, we were talking about getting together and doing something again, and he pulled out his calendar, and the pages were so blank. And I said, wow, you've managed to avoid getting tied into a lot of kind of meaningless activity. And Warren said, yeah, you have to be good at saying no and picking the things that really make a difference. And that's one of many things I've learned from Warren, but that's one of my favorites. And so I can blame it on him whenever I'm turning things down.
Yeah, well, actually, I told him that was it. The truth is, I don't get invited anyplace. I think that, I got an awful lot of good advice from my dad, and he didn't lay it on me. I mean, he just, you picked it up from him, but there was never any of this, do this, do that type of thing at all. But I think he really taught me that it's more important in terms of what's on your inner scorecard than your outer scorecard. I mean, some people get in a position where they're thinking all of the time of what the world's going to think of this or that instead of what they themselves think about. And if your inner scorecard, if you're comfortable with that, I think you're going to have a pretty happy life. And I think the people that strive too much for the outer scorecard sometimes find that it's a little hollow when they get all through.
I was just wondering, what would you consider to be the worst investment you've ever made?
The worst investment I ever made? How long do you have? I've made some very bad ones, but that doesn't really bother me. It may bother the shareholders, but that's another question. You're going to make mistakes in life. I mean, there's no question about it. You don't want to make them on the big decisions, who you marry and some things like that. So there's no way I'm going to make a lot of business and investment decisions without making some mistakes. I may try to minimize them. I don't dwell on them at all. I don't look back. The biggest mistakes are the ones that actually don't show up. They're the mistakes of omission rather than commission. We've never lost that much money on any one investment, but it's the things that I knew enough to do that I didn't do. We have missed profits of as much as maybe $10 billion in things that I knew enough to do and I didn't do. Now, the fact I didn't buy Microsoft way back is not a foregone opportunity because I didn't know enough to make that decision. But there have been other investments where I did know enough to make the decision, and for one reason or another, I either didn't do it at all or I did it on a small scale. I was sucking my thumb when I should have been writing checks, basically. And those don't show up. There's no place where it shows missed opportunities, but I've missed some big ones. The triumphs in life are partly triumphs because you know that everything isn't going to be a triumph. I would never get too hung up on mistakes. I know a lot of people that really agonize over them, and it just isn't worth it. I mean, tomorrow's another day, and you live it forward and just go on to the next thing.
I think in Microsoft's case, the biggest mistake is where we miss something that's coming along is going to be huge. And for us, if we get in too early, like the idea of delivering TV over the internet, IPTV, we got in probably 5 years before we needed to. It's just now starting to happen. I don't feel bad about that at all. There's a few things like understanding direction, say the internet search would go, where we go, ooh, we're playing a tiny bit of catch up on that. Let's work some overtime on this little problem here. People are kind of underestimating our ability to move to the front of the pack there. And we've had that in many cases. We had that when the internet came along and became this big phenomena that we needed to really push the company into that. We had that when IBM broke off its relationship with us and went into competition with us. That was a very big challenge. But we don't want to have anything that comes along, some breakthrough in terms of how software is done, that we haven't gotten the best people in and are putting that together with the work we're doing. So it'd be missing something like that'd be our worst mistake.
How much money, as you guys being both billionaires, do you guys carry in your wallet at any given time?
How much we got in our wallet? Well, I can answer that because we're going to go to this evening we're going to get in a poker game. Okay. And it's a $500 buy-in. And so I made very sure that I had at least $500 in my wallet. And I have a little more than that, but I don't carry around a lot of money. Bill?
No, actually, a lot of times, it's weird, I don't carry a wallet at all. What I do carry is bridge problems, so that if I get in a line or things are slow, or even when I'm driving, I like to have something mental to work on.
He better have $500 tonight, though.
Yeah. In fact, I brought a little extra, so I'm ready for the game. So this is July 5th, 1991. We didn't know why we were meeting each other until we met each other.
Exactly.
We thought our domains did not overlap.
Right.
But the domain of trying to understand how the world works and what was going on, we both found each other's way of looking at that so fascinating that they had to tear us apart, and we became close friends as of that day.
My real vocational goal was to be a mattress tester. I mean, I thought that would be a terrific job. I just test mattresses all day, but I never got that. But they did make a mattress after me, the Warren. Well,
there we
look at
go.
that, touting.
Pretty nice.
Can you imagine this? I mean, this is the way to spend your time.
I think this is better than the mattress I sleep on.
I wouldn't fool around with computers when I could be in this position. I mean.
Can you remember buying your first mattress, Warren?
Well, I didn't do very much of the purchasing in our family. I can't recall ever buying anything, actually. Check this man's credit and see if he's good. Being successful at almost anything means having a passion for it. If you see somebody with even reasonable intelligence and a terrific passion for what they do, and who can get people around them to march even when those people can't see over the top of the next hill, things are going to happen.
You know, building Microsoft was incredibly fun, and because we were right about software, we had the wind at our back. And so when I got into philanthropy, the idea of could I do it twice, you know, in an area where the feedback isn't quite as obvious of what you're doing right and wrong. Now I can say that we've got this organization that is so much fun to be a part of. So it's not only a great organization, but it's got these metrics that, at least on some of them, we've exceeded our own expectations. How do we get out of here?
Well, we don't want you to get out of here. It's well designed in that respect.
It's like a casino.
But let me get oriented now. And the truth is, I don't know where we are.
When you bought it, it wasn't here.
Anyways, that's it for Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.